Let's be real. Most dating advice online is garbage. It's unrealistic, exaggerated, and not how things are in real life. Connection through chaos is all about real people, real experiences, and real conversations. And we talk about everything from dating to marriage and all the real life moments in between. And today, I have a very special guest, my good friend Jazz. How
Hi,
you doing?
how you doing,
I'm
Adam?
great. Tell the people a little bit about yourself as I get our wine together.
So I got a lot going on, a little bit, little fun
Okay.
things. So I love healthcare. I've been a nurse, like I said, them 9 years. And I'm not just an ordinary nurse. I've done multiple different things in nursing. I've been a travel nurse, like most know. COVID was the best for all of us.
COVID was a time.
COVID was a thing for nurses. I've been in management. I've done everything from ICU to working in nursing homes to being a nurse manager. So, I know a little bit about, the healthcare field and the funness
Yeah,
that comes with it. So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
So being a nurse,
Hmm.
do is that a does it make it harder to date because y'all hours and things that y'all got to go through and the stresses that y'all kind of sometimes put on y'all own backs and shoulders?
Yes, I can honestly say that being a nurse has been very challenging for me as a in the dating world, completely challenging, especially because there is a majority of the time I've been a nurse, I've worked night shifts, so that's
Oh
always been a
yeah.
problem. On top of that, just the hours, um, the fact that it takes a lot of energy to be a nurse, like a
Yeah.
lot. It takes a lot out of me. So I come home sometimes exhausted. I don't want to do much. I don't want to cook sometimes. I might not even want to clean up. I want to get in the
Okay.
shower
And go to
and go to
bed. Okay.
bed. Maybe a glass of wine though.
Well, let's toast to a good conversation.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They know I'm known for like having some nice little wine
Mm.
glasses. These are like backup wine glasses I broke.
Yeah, and the ones in the beginning. But hey, these are so cute. I love
They're a little nice.
them.
Let's give it a little taste.
Mm.
This is a Sauvignon Blanc.
Actually, I like this.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a little
not too dry.
drier, but it's not extremely dry. It's nice. It's
It
sweet.
got some little sweetness to it.
I like it.
Mm. So the question I ask all the single people when they come on is, how do you date? And by that I mean from the time, let's say you get someone's number or they get your number to the time where you say, yes, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, or yes, we're serious. If, I don't know how
Right.
far they make it with you.
Yeah.
Um, what are some qualifications, tests, things you look out for, and like, is there certain things that you do in during the dating process?
Yeah, so dating process for me, like now that I'm older, I am 30 now, so I take it very seriously. I don't just date just to be dating. I don't just talk to someone just to be talking. So a lot of times I love to engage in conversations in the beginning to get to know you. And if that goes into us getting exchanging numbers, we go from there. And then I have an expectation. I'm not a
There we go.
texter. I'm not a texter. I want you to text me what we're doing. You can, if you want to text me, that's fine. Hey, let's make a phone call. Let's go out on a dinner date. Let's get to really actually know each other. Let's be more personable. I don't want to engage in text messages of what we're doing. And I know
Right.
that is something that's a subject right there. But I don't like the what we're doing things. So it's gonna be all about like actually getting to know the person. Dating to me is just, going on dates, knowing who you are, establishing like what you have going on in your life. I do have expectation that you are established.
There we go.
That is one of the big things.
Number one,
Like number one
established.
thing, be established because honestly, you shouldn't be dating if you're not established.
Hey, I tell people,
Focus on that
men do you
first.
can't date if you ain't got your stuff together, because men, we put a lot of weight and emotions in finances.
Mhm.
So if there are finances are off, some of us are depressed, some of us are sad, some of us are just
Yeah.
downright mean. So yeah,
And
yeah,
I've been there. I've dated unestablished men, and unfortunately, that didn't end up being into what I want is
right.
marriage,
Bam.
ultimately.
Okay, so boom. Y'all get past that kind of initial little pity pat stage
Mhm.
of getting to know each other. You like him. He shows that he's established, quote unquote, enough.
Mhm.
From there, how do things go? How does it get from that dating and that conversation and stuff like that to you saying, "Yeah, we're together"? Like, is
Yeah.
there any other major things that you look out for?
Oh, we have a discussion. We
There we
actually
go.
have a talk. Let's engage into this
All right.
because I take it, like I said, very seriously. Like, you in relationship, what does a relationship mean to you? Because
There
that
we go.
means something different for everybody.
Right.
What does cheating mean to you? Because that means something different for everyone,
That part. For sure.
um, what are things that you want in your relationship, that your expectations for a relationship. A lot of people have different expectations of what they want you to bring to the relationship. What's your expectations? For me personally, what does it mean for us to
So y'all
be
have a real
together?
deep. That's a deep, deep
Yeah,
conversation.
we
That's
got a
see. That's what.
deep
That's why I wrote this dating guide because that's
conversation.
I like stuff like that. Those is the real important conversations that a lot of people
Absolutely.
skip when it comes to dating. Like they just be like, I just want him to ask me if to be his girlfriend. Like that's like their
Mm-mm.
bare minimum. Like what about all the other stuff? Like you said, what's cheating look like to you? Like let's walk through
Yeah.
some scenarios
Yeah,
because cheating, like you said,
exactly.
looks different to a lot of people. So boom, you have that talk. Everything goes as planned as far as
Mhm.
their answers. And then from there, you're like, all right, we together.
We together.
Okay.
Alright,
That's not
yeah.
okay. That's reasonable. I think that makes
And
sense.
what is the goals for our relationship? A
There we
lot of
go.
people don't think about those too. It's just
Right.
like, you can't just be my girlfriend. I can't be you can't be in
Like,
a
what are we
relationship. Like,
doing
what
here?
what is our
Yeah,
goals?
for sure. Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
so
interesting.
yeah. So, all right. So what about you? So I got a question. Like,
Okay.
what is the funnest date you've been on, or what would you plan for your funnest date to be?
Fun date.
Mhm.
Mm, shoot. Fun. It's spontaneous.
Oh, okay.
Those are the best fun dates. There we go. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Those are the best fun dates where we just spontaneously like, let's get out and do this one thing, and then that leads to us doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right.
But if I actually had to plan something, fun date would be something fun like arcade, sandbox VR. That's a little virtual reality thing.
I seen that. Never
Um,
been.
yeah, that's what I consider fun. We in Cincinnati, so there's only so many different. What's that? Main event.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
the
things
main
to do in
event. Top
Cincinnati.
golf.
Yes.
If my back, I'm old. I'm about to be 40, so I can't be swinging that club like I used to. But
Yes.
like that's what I consider fun. Like actually fun activities
Okay.
where we're just in normal clothes, not all
Yeah.
done up.
And that's, you know what? That really gives you that input in like their life of what they have for stuff for fun that they want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
yeah, for
Like,
sure. If they
yeah.
gonna be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sweat my hair out.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, all right, shorty. Let's go with the. Mm, what's something small that instantly makes you feel connected to someone?
Oh, that's a real good question. I have to think about that. Something small for me. Um, Appreciation. Like you tell
Ooh,
me you appreciate me.
that
That is
is very
very,
small, but very
yes.
impactful.
It's very impactful. Like you tell me, hey, that small that thing you did for me, I appreciate it.
Mm.
You going to back for me, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
You know,
Cause
so
I love that.
and the reason why I wrote this guide and in this guide it has over 600 questions
Hmm.
because as you ask those questions, you're supposed to take the answer and then kind of analyze and get to know that person a little bit deeper. So when you
Right.
said that, what I heard was like one of your love languages, words of affirmation.
Absolutely.
See how I picked up on that just off of that one answer? Like that's why it's important to ask these deep questions. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
You gonna make me drink by myself?
My bad.
I be peer pressuring everybody
Listen, I
because they
see
be
it. I
making me
see
drink by myself, and my
it.
my my people they all know I drink like a fish. So I mean, you ain't gotta down it. You ain't gotta take it to the
I ain't taking it to the head. I ain't doing nothing right now.
head.
You want me to answer some questions?
Mm,
All right.
it's how
So,
I get the real up out of people.
oh. Okay. All right. So, if you had a dinner with a historical figure, who would that be?
That's on there.
Yes.
Uh,
That's a good question, though.
if I could have dinner with a historical figure, who would it be? Okay, I'm gonna take it a little biblical, just because I
Okay.
was going into like getting baptized this year. But Solomon, King Solomon,
Okay.
that would probably be the person because when the story goes, when like God said you can have anything you want
Hmm.
in this whole realm, He chose wisdom. So basically, God gave him wisdom and he just profited off of it. Like literally people were coming and paying him. He was that's how he became the richest king of all times because he people would just come and ask him questions and he would give them answers and they would pay him. So I kind of relate that to me how I am now. Like I take whatever I can do. I'm talented at photography.
Yeah.
I'm great with business and marketing. So it's just like I've
Hmm.
profited off of my knowledge and my skill set. So like I'll probably sit down with him and just ask him a bunch of questions and whatever they was paying for, I'm gonna be soaking it up.
Listen, I be asking you questions too, so I love it.
Yeah, for
That's
sure. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good ass question. That made me think.
Okay.
What's a little thing a guy can do that makes a big impression on you?
You want to know what one of the biggest things, like I said before, me and my career, I do take my career very seriously, but that's not who I am, like ultimately am.
Mhm.
There's so much more to me. But a man that wants to understand the impact of my career and what it takes on me and being able to say, like, what can I do for you to help you
Mm,
out in life to make your day better? What can I do for you? It's very small, and most of the time it's just conversation.
hmm.
I literally just would like to say and embrace my day. Like, okay, let me unload on you for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Let me get that off, and then I'm done.
Mm.
And then I feel relieved, and that is a very small thing,
I thought
small
you were gonna say
gesture.
like clean or cook because that's something you don't want to do
I
or you get too
mean,
tired.
cooking clean is always great, but being able to actually have a conversation with somebody, I don't get that often.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't realize, like, and this is not just for me. I talk to a lot of different my coworkers and my peers, and in healthcare in general, they don't get to talk to somebody about their day.
Okay. Well, granted,
Yeah,
just because I was a nurse for a little bit, well, STNA, but I
yeah.
never even used it because I'm like, I ain't about to do this shit. Um,
It ain't for everybody.
I
I'm
mean, y'all
not
can
gonna
only
lie.
talk so much about so much. I mean, I guess y'all can just talk in like generality. Like
Yes,
today was just crazy. I had this one patient
yes.
who thought they was a boss, and we had to strap them down
Sometimes
and
it's not
knock them
even
out.
about sometimes it's not even about the patients. It's about the people you work with.
Oh,
It's
I've
about
heard the
the
stories
same.
of y'all in healthcare for sure.
It's about the people you work with. And you're like,
Mm,
ah. And honestly, it's just honest. I just want to feel relieved. Like, oh my God, I walked in today. It was a chaos.
right.
But I feel better now that I get to talk to you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go in a little bit deeper. Let's go to the
Okay.
deeper dive questions on there.
Okay. Deeper dive. Okay. Define your emotional maturity in a relationship. I would love to know that.
Define emotional maturity.
Maturity in a relationship.
So emotional maturity, that's part of these buzzwords that's going on,
Yeah.
um, that everybody are clinging to and stuff. But emotional maturity is literally what it's in the word right there. It's just being able to control your emotions, being able to not only control them but identify when your emotions are going awry.
Yeah.
Maybe you feel like you're over emotional right now, or even some, under emotional. Like sometimes um, your person wants some sort of emotion from you, but you're just being bland. They can't read you. They're like, did he like that? Did he not like that? Did he hear me?
Hmm.
Or whatever case may be. So just being mature in that level, not being able to be taken out of character. I mean, taken out of your character,
Yeah.
like being angry or stuff like that. Just being able to be like,
Mhm.
you know what? I've identified that I'm a little bit angry right now, or I'm frustrated right now. Let me take a
Right.
little break, reconvene in about an hour, and then we could talk about it. So that's what mature emotionally means to me. What
Okay.
does it mean to you?
Um, I would say someone who is aware of self.
Okay,
So you have to be fully aware of yourself to be able to control your emotions. It's okay
that part.
to tell someone, I know that you're dealing with a lot right now. And unfortunately, I cannot have this conversation with you because I'm
Mm,
not ready
that part.
to internalize your thoughts right now. Like,
Uh
I
huh.
can't have that conversation with you. It's okay to say that. But if you don't say it, and like you said, be kind of like standoffish and not actually engage in that conversation with that person, that becomes problems. A
Yeah.
lot of people feel like, oh, you're so standoffish. You don't care about my
You
emotions.
don't care
No,
about me. Yeah, yeah.
it's not that I can't internalize what you're going through right
Right.
now because mentally right now I
I only
can't.
got the emotional capacity
Yeah,
for
I don't got the
yourself and myself that
capacity.
I got going on.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's okay to say.
that part.
And people don't want to say it.
That part.
They don't
But
want to say it.
the thing about that is though, women have to be able to when they hear
Women.
that, they have to be able to be like, okay, thank you for letting me know, and
Yes.
let me know when you're ready. Instead of being like, oh, you don't love me, or having a emotion. Because I was watching one of them tonight's conversation thing. I think her name is Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
Some woman came up to the little microphone and they was talking about wanting an emotional, intelligent man and all this one shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiki, she broke it down. She was like, baby, first of all, a lot of women talk about wanting emotional secure man, but are you emotional secure with your also? Like, are
Yeah.
you there with it? Because uh, an emotional, intelligent man, that's what I'm talking about. Emotional, intelligent man will walk you right out that door with ease when they see that you can't control your emotions and it's affecting
Exactly.
his level of emotion and stuff like that. So she was
Mm-hmm.
just going in talking about something. So first of all, she broke it down like make sure you can do this, and that because a lot of women say they want a man who can control his emotions and be mature,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're not
They're
on the other
not.
end. So
And
yeah,
it's
for
okay to
sure, it's important.
take that time, work on yourself. That's one thing that I've have done myself is taking time to work on my emotional intelligence. And it's just because I am a highly emotional person. And I know that. And I've worked on that. That is something that you has to do as a woman and man, anyone, to work on your emotions and being able to receive when somebody is telling you, I can't deal with their
That part.
emotions right now.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But on top of that, being able to say, okay, I actually can deal with your emotions right now. And let's talk about it. Let's get into that. Let's dive
Hmm.
a little bit deeper and understanding why you feel the way you feel.
That part.
So a lot of people can't do that either. Like, or if I'm telling you, like, this is a very hard time for me. People have time of the years
Yeah.
where they're like
Seasonal.
highly
For sure.
emotional. It could be something, an event that happened to them, and they're explaining that to you, and these are the conversations you should have before you establish a relationship, by the way.
That
Know
part.
when
That's in
they
this
are.
guide. Those questions in this is are in there, so you
Yes.
can have those conversations before you get that
Have those
serious.
conversations. Know when they're going to be highly
Hmm.
emotional. Me personally, it's Christmas time. I'm a highly emotional
Yeah.
person around that time. And if we have that conversation prior to us being in a relationship, you would know why that's a very difficult time for me.
Right.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
always. Yeah. Okay.
Mm. What's one thing you truly, truly value in a relationship?
Honesty.
Okay.
Honesty and loyalty. Those are my two favorite because we may not need to be together with your honesty. If you tell me something and you give me that guidance and you let me know like this is me, this is who I am, and I gotta take it full face value. I gotta say like
That
I'm
part.
okay with it or I'm not.
That part.
And then your loyalty. So your loyalty to me. And a lot of times people are like, well, my loyalty to you is the reason why I'm not honest with you. No.
That's crazy as fuck. Who the fuck?
You
Who
cannot
the
do
fuck would say
that.
that?
And like, I'm being
That's
loyal
some
to you.
gaslighter
Yeah,
shit.
that's
That's
gaslighter.
some
Yeah,
gaslighter
I've
as fuck.
heard it
That's
many times.
wild.
Yes. Like, be honest with me. Let me dictate if I want to continue on with this relationship,
Right.
and that's okay. That means that we're not for each other, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
That's
Or
the outcome.
we're 100% for each other.
Right.
Because now you're honest with me, now I know I'm not aware. Can't nobody tell me nothing. The one thing I hate a woman coming to, oh, I'm trying to come to you as a woman. No, 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 no. I don't want that.
No, no, fuck that.
I don't want a woman coming to me. I don't want anybody coming to me. I don't want your mama, your friend, your sister, nobody. Be honest with me. Let me know what I'm getting into.
Right.
And we can work that out.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So, how do you handle conflicts? How do you handle disagreements in your
Mm.
relationships?
Well, for me, again, having those talks going into the dating
Mhm.
stage, I emphasize how important communication is to me.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. And I tell everybody all the time, like, communication has to be fuck the foundation. It has to be the foundation, the basement, and the first floor. Like, that's
Yeah.
how deep the communication has to be, because when it comes to anything pertaining to the relationship, you got to communicate. Sex, how's the sex, money,
Mm,
finances, everything
that's a
has
good
to
one.
go through communication. Then you have to do it in a way where it's like, where you don't feel attacked, or each other don't feel attacked or whatever. So y'all communication has to be on point. So for me, whenever there's a disagreement, a conflict, I expect the person to be like, "Hey, this made me feel like this," or
Mhm.
"Hey, I saw this post. What did it mean?" Like, I can break it down like, "Oh, I just saw this post and I seen this and I seen this, and now I'm just speaking in general, blah 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 or whatever." So I just handle it like a emotionally mature person and really just sit down and come to me, ask me. I'm an open book. I make sure they know that. I make sure that they feel safe, seen, and heard, which is
I love that.
very important. You have to establish that
Yes.
first. That way, when that conflict does come up, when they are triggered, because I tell people all the
Yeah.
time, being healed does not mean you're never triggered.
Yeah.
Being healed does not mean you don't go through emotions. Being healed just means you're able to identify you're feeling triggered. You're able to identify your
Mhm.
emotions, and now you're able to just calmly, like, hey, express yourself.
Right.
That made me feel like this. I seen this and it triggered that. Can we talk about it? And then we sit down and have a dialogue about it, and boom,
I'm gonna tell you something I do.
what you do?
I do. So if a person comes to me and they tell me something, I'm like, I appreciate you having the courage to come and talk to me about that first.
Mm,
First thing I
I ain't
say,
never said that. I
yes.
like that. I'm gonna add it to my book. Add it to my little book.
Having the courage to come and talk to me because that takes a lot.
Right.
It really does. And after you have the courage, I apologize that I made you feel that way in this scenario. So let's talk about it. How
Hmm.
can we resolve this situation? Whether it's small or huge.
Right.
But having the courage, a person taking the time to have courage, you're establishing, like you said, giving them that being able to talk to you, have that dialogue
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's very important to have that, for them to feel like there is space
Yes.
for them and they're gonna be heard and
Yeah.
whatnot.
They want to be
Yeah.
heard.
All right. Let's see. I got a question for you. I think you already answered this, but I'm gonna ask it
Okay.
anyways. How do you like to be supported when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed?
Yeah. So I mean I kind of went a little bit into it, but not too deeply. Being stressed, because we know I get stressed quite often. Being stressed is being able to, like I said, be heard. I want you to understand that I'm giving this to you. And sometimes I do understand that maybe you not being able to take that right now. But again, with that honesty.
Yeah.
I would go back to that, right? Being honest with me and talking to me about it. But if you want to be want me to handle the stress or being able to be supportive, honestly, just being there for me, talking to me, guiding me through it. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I love gifts. gifts make me just stress free. Baby, you had a stressful day. Here's a candy bar. Is it? That's a piece of chocolate. You just made my day. Or it's a purse.
Uh-huh.
We can go a little further with that. But I love a handbag, okay? I ain't gonna lie. I'm a girly with a handbag. So it being able to have somebody being able to know what makes me feel better after being
There we go.
being stressed.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Okay.
again, having that dialogue before we get into a relationship.
Yeah,
That's huge. That's huge.
for sure.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I like
Interesting.
gifts.
So is thoughtful gifts your other love
Thoughtful
language?
gifts is another love language for me.
See, I
Absolutely.
see how I picked up on that because you ask questions.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got for me?
All right. That's a big one.
Hmm.
That's a huge one. Adam, why are you single?
That's on there, or are you just asking that?
It's on here.
Ah.
That's a huge one. Why are you single?
Let me see how I can answer this without blaming others.
Mhm.
I am single because through my journey through dating, I haven't been able to master picking the right one.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
So you haven't been able to master to pick the right one. I need more
I
details.
am
Let's go.
yeah,
Let's
okay.
let's
I'm
go a
going a little
little more
deeper. Let me
deeper.
sip my wine because I'm feeling a little tipsy right now. Mm. What's this percentage?
Mm.
13.5.
I ain't gonna lie, that wine got me a
Yeah, I drink this is a
little.
real wine, baby. I'm
Yeah.
a wine connoisseur. Okay.
Okay.
So no, so one of the reasons, another reason why, one, I wrote this dating guide is because as I was writing my memoirs and getting a better understanding of myself, understanding of self, I realized some of the faults that I had during dating. Um, a lot of them have gotten better with, each of the last women I talked
Yeah.
to since I started writing it. Like I used to put women through tests, unspoken tests at that, which are the worst.
But why?
Just it was just a thing that so I had okay,
Okay.
in at the time it made perfect sense,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It made perfect sense that if I told you what my love language was,
Hmm.
then you would just do it as a new buzzword now that I've learned as a way to love bomb me. Then I was doing
Mm.
it. What my actual words were. If I tell you that my love language is thoughtful gifts, now you're gonna give me thoughtful gifts in this little dating stage, which is gonna make me like you more, and it's gonna put the blinders up to all the red flags and all the indicators that we're really not a good match.
Can I
So I'm not gonna
interrupt you
tell
for one
you.
moment?
I'm trying to tell you what the test was.
Okay, go ahead.
So instead of telling you that my love language is thoughtful gifts, I would wait for them to give me something and they didn't. I was like, we're just not a good match. And then I would just stop talking to them. That was an unspoken test.
Oh, spoken. Okay. All right. You're right. I like that
Yeah.
because I've learned over time to not tell people what I want. They either are who I want them to be or they're not.
Yeah. So, so, so just learning that. And then, like I said, I really started this podcast once selfishly, because I want to have dialogues with people to see how they, like I said, how they date, how do they
Mhm.
form connections with other people, talking with people who are single, dating,
Mhm.
married. I want the whole shebang, so that way going to my next phases of dates and being a dater, I don't know how to put whatever word it is. I want to make sure that I'm the best version of myself at that point. There we go. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm single because I'm still learning. Single because the last few girlfriends didn't make it that far for
Okay.
various reasons. Um, not because of me, but outside the fact that I ignored the
Okay.
red flags and I ignored some other things that I should have picked up on in the
Yeah.
beginning because we
Yeah.
had conversations about it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm such a good man. I can make them change. I can make them not feel that way."
We cannot change
That
people.
part. So, with each relationship, I add that to my bank
Okay.
of things that I don't accept, things I don't put up with.
Mhm.
Um, And yeah, so I'm single because of that. And then I really ain't been applying myself. That's another thing. Like I've really just been
Mm.
trying to be in my bag. I'm trying to work on another stream of income so I can be on the beach somewhere,
Yeah.
but still be making money. Um, so I haven't really been out here actively since my breakup. I haven't really
Mm.
been out here like actually dating and meeting new
Right.
people and doing shit like that. So that's another reason why I'm still single.
Me and my girlfriend said, I say it again. And one thing we always talk about, a man shouldn't date unless he ready to date.
That part.
Be well established, and that way you can have the woman that you're looking for. That is one of the keys. Like I will say it in time, black and blue. And men always talk about the type of woman they want, but I'm like, well, what are you?
But are you? Yeah, exactly.
Men and women, both.
That part. All right. What's an experience or a lesson from your past that shaped how you approach relationships now?
Yeah, that's a good one. Being aware of the red flags. Not just saying I can change someone.
I don't know why them
Oh,
red flags be looking real yellow at
they
the
be
beginning,
looking so
man.
they listen, they looking so great. Um I think what my biggest problem is because of the type of career that I am, I always want to help somebody become something
Mm,
great.
so you a
So
healer.
I'm a
I
healer.
used to be like that. I used to mess with damsels in distress.
Yeah,
That
me
used to be
too.
my thing. I used to stay with a damsel in distress, thinking I can be the one to help them.
Not no
Mm-mm,
more.
no more.
Not no more. I'm over that. But that was one of the biggest impactful things is that I cannot help somebody become, especially, I'm not trying to be funny with you, especially a man. As a woman, we cannot absolutely not help a man become something great.
There you go.
We
Say that again
can
for the
you
people. Look in that camera again. Tell them again.
we cannot help a man become great. Trust me, he will become great on his
If he's
own.
not already on the path,
Oh
that's the
yeah.
that's the most important part right there. He got to already be on that path. Like a lot of women, be
Yes.
like I could be the one. I'm gonna help him get his CDLs
Hmm.
and get a truck. And if he's not already doing it now, baby,
Mm.
leave that man where
Oh,
he's at.
honey, you will get him on that truck. You will get him that CDLs, and he will leave you. So,
He'll drive right out of your life.
right out of your life to the next one. Okay, so don't do it. Don't do it. Don't even waste your time.
I am weak.
That is the most impactful thing that I can say that has changed me for the better. Stop dealing with damsels in distress. I can't even say it right now.
Men in distress. There
And
we go.
men in distress,
There we go.
like that is crazy
That is crazy.
as a woman. And
Yeah.
I see it all the time, especially across the lovely healthcare workers.
Mm.
And do you think women are intimidated by you? Why or why not?
Absolutely.
Mm.
And it's fucking crazy. And I mean, and that ain't just like I think and I know
Yeah.
it. I know it because women have literally told me that like, before they met me in real life. It's always before they met me in real life. It's always
Hmm.
through social media they be intimidated by me, and then they meet me in real life and they're like, I used to be intimidated about you, but I met you today and you like cool as hell and da 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 da. I'm right there like,
Mm.
why would you be intimidated about me? And they be like, and what's so and this is the sad part. The reason why I keep up on the reason why they be intimidated by me. It's basic as fuck. It'd be like, cause you like you got a business, you just got your stuff together, like
Mhm.
you're so well put together, like it just seemed like you be on your shit. What the fuck? Like what type of men do you deal with that aren't that on a regular? Why don't I look regular as fuck? Why
Yeah.
is it? Why am I? Or why are you intimidated by me just being a regular human, regular man? Like
Yeah.
as a man, you're supposed to be on your shit, have a business, or work your 9 to 5, whatever it is. But to be intimidated by somebody just having their shit together is absolutely fucking crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I told you once I was intimidated by you. What did I say? I
What'd
didn't
you
want to
say?
disappoint you.
Huh?
I didn't want to disappoint you.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a really good one.
I think
That was
women
the first time
can
I
be
ever
intimidated by
heard that.
disappointing
Hmm.
someone. Yeah. Yeah.
But even that, like that's still interesting because Why would that?
I think that people are intimidated. I think that having that conversation by telling someone, I don't want to I don't want to disappoint you is a really good thing to say. Like, I don't
For
want to
sure.
disappoint you.
For sure.
Okay, why? Why don't you want to disappoint me? What
What
makes
would
you
make you think
think?
you could disappoint me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we talked about that,
Yeah.
but
And with that, let's go into the fire round. This is quick, fun questions. A, B, or pick one.
Okay.
If you want to elaborate a little bit, you can, but they're supposed to be quick fire. So let me
Okay.
go first.
All right.
Why she just took control. She went first with the questions and everything.
What?
All right, movie night or rooftop drinks?
Rooftop drinks all day.
Mm,
All day. I'm a rooftop girly and sit me on the rooftop. Let me see the scenery, scenic
okay.
views. Dressing up fancy or a chill date, chill night in.
Freak. I love dressing up and going on the town, but I love cuddle up on the couch. I'm gonna do chill night in because I
Chill
think
night
that
in.
just has there's like 60. It's like 60-40 with that.
Okay.
Unexpected flowers or handwritten notes.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh,
Anybody ever wrote you a note?
and nobody's wrote me a note. I
Mm.
think that is sexy. I'ma actually take the handwritten note. That's a little more
Yeah,
intimate.
yeah, for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Early morning workouts or late night deep talks.
I'm gonna do late night deep talks for sure because I'm not even an early morning
Mm,
person.
me
Yeah, for sure.
either.
Um, Cooking together or trying a new restaurant.
Cooking together. Always.
Okay.
The cooking together would be a good time. That's a vibe.
Yeah, that is a vibe.
All right. So comedy club or live music?
I'm gonna
That's a good one.
I'm gonna say live music if it's
Mhm.
like a jazz band or something like that. I don't go to no concerts, but like my favorite instrument is a saxophone. So
Yeah.
like they got the little I'm I'm right there like,
Okay.
yeah, he hitting that shit. Um Surprise weekend getaway or planned vacation.
Surprise weekend getaway. Surprise
Okay.
me.
You don't need
Tell
to like get your shit
me.
together and have stuff packed and
Eh, I mean, if I'm dealing with the type of man I'm dealing with, he gonna be like, "Here's a check. Go get your stuff, and let's go on a surprise
okay, okay. You're gonna tell you like you're
getaway."
gonna need X, that and these
Exactly.
shoes. Okay,
Exactly.
okay, okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. I got one for you. A
Okay.
spa date or a spa in? Ooh.
Shoot.
Facials in the
I'm gonna
house.
say spy in
Spa
because then we
in.
like can do it afterwards. So that's like we're gonna be sipping wine and facials. I can give like you a facial, you give me a facial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that
I
one.
had one of those
Definitely do a
before
spy in.
greatness. I'm just saying.
Mm. Deep conversations or playful teasing.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm over the playful teasing.
Okay.
I like a little playfulness.
I like that.
I love deep conversations too, but we had those eventually.
Yeah, for sure. And there y'all have it.
Mhm.
Another successful conversation. I
Mm.
think we learned a lot about each other.
Yes.
A lot more.
Not more.
Deeper.
Mm.
Very exciting. All right, I ain't go there. There y'all have it. Another episode. Let's cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Until the next one.
Until
See
the
ya.
next one. Thank you.